Hello everybody, let me just load this up. This is a it's old. This is a Google Slides but we'll talk about that in a second. So, I hope you are having a good day so far, and it's 8:37, so I hope your day was good, because it's pretty late now for a lot of people in America. But, yes, so I made so the reason I'm posting pretty late tonight is because I've been looking pretty much all day to find a new way to make my updates, and I figured out this is the less ugliest way I could do it. Like, you see, like, we're inside this green box is marginal. You see, this is marginal over here, enhanced inside the orange box. This is kind of like how the old storm, or like how the storm prediction did it a lot back in, I think, the 90s and the 80s. They outlined it, but I mean, of course, this is a little bit more modern than that. But yes, so you can see I'm on Google Slides. I didn't create this on Google Slides. I created this in something different. But I pretty much just copied this image and put it here. But I did this part on Google Slides. I was going to I didn't think about it before. I'm gonna make some more space for, like, I can put like the threats, like isolated tornadoes, on the side, but I hope my screen recorder is recording this better, because my other one, I learned that it's been cutting out my audio for like 3 months, so that kind of made me mad. But let's go ahead and get it. You can see up here by Indianapolis, you will, first of all, it's starting to marginal risk. Atlanta, Charlotte, North Carolina, and south of Washington, D.C., you have a marginal risk. Main threats in this area is damaging winds. Damaging winds is the main threat over here in towards Atlanta, north and central Georgia, northeastern Alabama, in that area. Then we have a marginal risk in parts of Kansas City, to the north of Dallas, all the way down through central Texas and parts of the Texas Panhandle, eastern New Mexico, southeastern Colorado, and northwestern Kansas, and parts of southern Nebraska. You have a marginal risk. And then parts of the Texas Panhandle, all the way down to almost the New Mexico border. You have a slight risk all the way down past, all the way down here, where my cursor is. And then that goes through central Oklahoma, Tulsa, Broken Arrow. You have a slight risk. Oklahoma City, you're right on the edge of enhanced and slight. But parts of Missouri, like Joplin, you have a slight. Kansas City, south of the city, you have a slight risk. And then parts of even southern Nebraska, slight. A lot of central, southern, and northern Kansas, you have a slight risk. And the Oklahoma Panhandle has a slight risk. And we also have a tornado con out in south central and southeastern Kansas of 1. And then we have an enhanced risk here in the northeastern part of the Texas Panhandle, and that goes through central and western Oklahoma, and that also goes into south central Kansas. This tornado con right here is in the slight risk, and pretty much this area right here in southeastern Kansas. This tornado con here is for southern Kansas and central Oklahoma. And you have a tornado con of 1. It looks like the tornado threat will be more significant on Wednesday, but I did not make a graphic for Wednesday. I did not have enough time with experimenting with all the new ways, or all the ways I was gonna get this through. I think that so what I look at pretty much for these is I look at a lot of, like, I blend the models. This took me about total. This graphic took me 25 minutes, so not much time, but I mean, it does. Sometimes I'll have like 2 but when school starts, that will be kind of hard to do. But so it was pretty. It wouldn't take that much time, but it looks okay. I think. It looks okay. It gets the point through it. It's not beautiful, but if you want to see better graphics, go to David Schlotthauer's channel. He has much better graphics. But I think that there should be an enhanced risk, because it looks like there could be some pretty damaging winds when I showed in the M3KM model with this enhanced risk. But now let's switch over to the Storm Prediction Center. You can see we have today, this is for tonight, we have 4 slight risks. One where I'm circling right now. This one in Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Colorado. This one in Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky. And then this one on the East Coast in a few states. I know there is a few tornado warnings right now. The tornado the tornado is not looking. There you go. There's a 2% of tornadoes over there and here, and there's a 2% of tornadoes in Nebraska, Wyoming, and Colorado. And that's where I think right here is where the tornado warnings are right now. I'm pretty sure. Or they were 15 minutes ago. Wait a second. Oh, thank you, David Schlotthauer. Alright, so now if we move over to wind, we look at this area, 15%. We have 50% chance for damaging winds in a lot of spots today, and hail is pretty big in the Central Plains. Not really as much in the eastern part. But if we switch to day 2, which is from 12Z Tuesday, 12Z Tuesday to 12Z Wednesday, which is pretty much in Eastern Daylight Time. That's 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. the next morning. So that's what I use. So I pretty much use the same as SPC. I don't go from like 4Z to 5Z, like mid to midnight. I don't do that. It's pretty much the same as what this does. But see, marginal risk in parts of the southeast and the east mid-Atlantic. Then we have a marginal risk in the South Plains and the Central Plains. And we have a slight risk here in Texas, Oklahoma, parts of New Mexico, southeastern Colorado, and Kansas. We have a slight risk. Then for day 3, which is Wednesday, which I would probably put maybe a small enhanced area probably in this area, or maybe somewhere else. Not a very large enhanced risk, because I don't think it's looking too convincing yet, but there is a larger tornado threat, or a better tornado threat, I think, on Wednesday. But we have 3 states under a marginal risk: Nebraska, South Dakota, and North Dakota tomorrow. And we have another marginal risk here that goes all the way from Missouri up to Indiana, down into Texas and Louisiana. And then we have our slight risk here in Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, most of Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, and Missouri. We also have I think a day 5 to look at. Yeah, we have a day 5 here in Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, and Kansas. We have a day 5 outlook. So I will probably have tomorrow I may probably do a day or a severe outlook tomorrow afternoon for Wednesday, and a severe outlook tomorrow afternoon for, this is Friday, because it's not looking that convincing on, when is it? Oh, this is Wednesday. This is Thursday. And I don't think Thursday I need to do one. But I'm gonna go ahead and say, do not expect a live stream tomorrow. I'd say expect one on Wednesday. Expect a live stream on Wednesday and not tomorrow and Tuesday. I did two pretty long ones this weekend, and one of them on Sunday or yesterday. Had some issues. I forgot to mute my mic once again. It happens every time on Sundays. I just keep deleting my Sunday live streams for the past 2 weeks, on the 9th and on the 16th. But let's check over the NAM 3KM model. You can see right now we have some pretty strong storms going on right in Texas. You can see these right here. But pretty much as soon as the sun goes down, because these are monsoon, or kind of like afternoon storms that have more energy. Tomorrow, these won't really be afternoon storms. These will kind of last throughout the night and be pretty strong. Tomorrow, I'm more concerned with the wind threat other than a tornado threat, because the storms look more linear. You can see this is past, I think this is about 2 a.m., 2 or 3. You can see a lot of backwards C shapes heading towards Oklahoma City too, right there. And you can see those will move on through Arkansas, and then more storms will fire up, and you see these will be maybe some individual supercells there, or individual very strong storms there and there, and so there could be a better tornado chance on Wednesday. Then as we go through the night, it will likely turn into a more linear threat. You can see going through Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. But When the storms form tomorrow, they may have a chance, but it will likely turn into a linear threat pretty fast tomorrow. And then I want to show everybody the. So I couldn't show tomorrow's sectors in like just one because the sector I think changed right there, and so it was in two different places. But if we go to the convective products, and I want to show you everybody the significant tornado probability, which is one of the parameters I had run my stuff off of. I do both the supercell composite significant tornado and CAPE, and I do this CAPE because it says CINH, which limits the updrafts, and so I look at that to see if like there's going to be any limiting of the updrafts, and then I see I always click for soundings just to see like if there's going to be rotation. Like you see, let's go to a Wednesday afternoon. Or you see, look at this, there's going to be, could be some pretty strong tornadoes, like a 5 almost. I click for a sounding, and if it loads pretty quickly, you can see potential hazard type tornado. You can see this right here. I don't really understand that yet. I haven't really looked into soundings, but I understand this part, a lot of stuff, but I feel like at this is the wind shear as you go up in height. So this is like 500 where the mid-level jet is. See, it's out of the south, and as we go towards the ground, it's out of the south. As we go towards 1,000, so it gets out of the south. So there is some decent wind shear in this area. You can see a low to moderate levels of shear, so there could be a better tornado threat on Wednesday. And I'm thinking that there could be maybe a tornado threat at that line. There could be quite a lot of maybe brief spin-up tornadoes in that. Could be a few brief spin-up tornadoes in the line that'll happen Wednesday or Thursday morning at like. See, this is 6, and there's still some pretty good storms, but we just gotta look out for CAPE. We'll go more in depth in it tomorrow, And see, we also have But that's going to wrap up this video. I hope everybody enjoyed it. And yes, I hope you will have a good rest of your evening. And I will not be doing a live stream tomorrow, but I will be posting possibly 1 or 2 videos. I know I'll be posting 1, but I could possibly post 2. Yes, so, bye.